Gamers have quickly realized that a fun open-world game isn't just about size and scope, but rather how you interact with it. There's a reason the Ubisoftification of games has caused many to roll their eyes with an emphatic "next" when seeing a checklist of towers to clear. Many of us want surprise and depth, not a checklist of repetitive tasks to complete. One of the best ways to engage players with a world is letting them control various aspects of its mechanisms. Thankfully, there's plenty of great games that achieve a fun and dynamic open world. Here are 10 open world games that let you control almost everything. 10. Satisfactory. You may not find the prospect of factory building initially appealing, but Satisfactory makes the process addictive and wildly open-ended. Part of that open-endedness is the resource-rich open world you, as a settler, are tasked with exploring and mining for resources. Unlike a lot of management building games, everything in Satisfactory is accomplished from a first-person perspective, adding an extra ounce of immersion to your production chain empire. While the main route through the game starts off with limited technology tiers, progress grants you access to a vast toolbox to create anything imaginable. 9. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Metal Gear Solid 5 marked a true realization of the stealth genre, entering into an open-world format. In Deus Ex fashion, the hundreds of missions in MGS5 can be completed in any number of ways, from loudly calling in chopper air support to sniping distant targets up on a mountain range after a steep climb. The open world doesn't restrict where you go and how you go about the game's objectives. Similarly, MGS5 gives you a breathtaking array of tools to accomplish your goals. The game tries to encourage a silent but deadly approach with its frequent supply of tranquilizer darts and cardboard box disguises, but that doesn't stop players from taking advantage of the hundreds of weapons at Snake's disposal through the upgradable Mother base. 8. No Man's Sky. Everyone knew about No Man's Sky's 18 quintillion planets and vast stretches of explorable universe since launch, but the numerous updates and overhauls have added more to do within the expanse since then. Creative mode lets players forget about survival for a bit with an unlimited access to fuel, resources, and even some free ships. Unsurprisingly, most of the really impressive bases were built in creative mode. If base building isn't your jam, the near-infinite variety of wildlife and fauna on planets may just do the trick. Besides just scanning and uploading their info into the database, you can tame and add creatures as your companion. With up to 6 companions at a time, you'll be able to ride them through mountainous terrain and even mine better resources. 7. Middle-earth: Shadow of War. One of the most original ideas that Monolith has had in the past decade or so was the Nemesis system from the 2 Middle-earth games. Beyond just a dynamic and cool enemy faction hierarchy system, the player can manipulate enemy factions to their advantage in creative ways. Recruiting orcs into your army is one of the more fun aspects of the game, allowing you to summon them in battle and even betray the opposing army's war chief when it's time to take over a command post. The Nemesis system also behaves like a story creation tool, giving each orc a specific personality, class, traits, etc., and having them remember what they did to the player in battle. It's a unique kind of fun to watch opposing orc armies cycle between new war chiefs and rival adversaries getting promoted based on their historic exploits. Unfortunately, Warner has patented the Nemesis system, so other games can't easily replicate its mechanics, something Nintendo has been under fire for recently regarding Pokeball mechanics. 6. Fallout 4. What makes settlement building so fun in Fallout 4 is the world and RPG mechanics that it's surrounded by. Fallout was never a crafting or a free-form game, but you can choose to do these things at the behest of the story if you wish. The kinds of buildings you can create are innumerable, from a multi-layered pirate island with ships to the modernized Project Sanctuary, which succeeds in providing luxury villas within the wasteland. This is thanks to the simple yet flexible workshop interface, which gives the player prefabricated pieces and individual walls and planks to build from. Of course, the mod scene for Fallout 4 also gives players a remarkable amount of freedom, ranging from custom Pip-Boys to original quests and more. All of that excessive loot finally has a purpose in Fallout, and we couldn't be more happy to go out of our way to hoard it than in Fallout 4. And with the recent next-gen upgrades the game received following the successful Fallout TV show, now's a fine time to revisit or introduce yourself to Fallout 4's world. 5. Just Cause 2. Just Cause 2 may be older than Just Cause 3 and Just Cause 4, but the sheer variety and size of its map edge it out just a bit in terms of variability and higher settlement count. The Chaos system encourages vast amounts of environmental destruction, rewarding players with story progression and cash for obliterating governmental property. The amount of destruction on display was revolutionary for a 2010 game, and the way you destroy things was just as fun. The series' favourite grapple hook could be attached to almost any surface, and the amount of ATVs, cars, boats, and planes at your disposal is impressive. The one thing Just Cause 2 didn't have was a versatile wingsuit, something Just Cause 3 would introduce, almost invalidating the diverse variety of vehicles that previous games were known for. 4. Watch Dogs Legion. Legion was almost too ambitious, making every single NPC controllable. Legion was one of the few times that such a lofty promise was fulfilled on launch day, allowing players to step into the shoes of old grannies and hardened criminals to hack and stealth their way through Albion's heart. London is portrayed here across 8 real-life boroughs, in addition to underground fast travel stations. Like previous games in the series, a vast amount of tech can be hacked, resulting in broken streetlights to immobilized vehicles. Better yet, Watch Dogs Legion added a 4-player co-op mode in 2021, letting players complete espionage missions together as well as free roam in a lobby. While the co-op mode doesn't include the main story content, it does still feature that ambitious NPC hopping mechanic, albeit with a currency system replacing recruitment missions. 3. Red Dead Redemption 2. There's not a game in existence that portrays a more open-ended and realistic depiction of the 20th century spaghetti western than Red Dead Redemption 2. The story and characters are amazingly written, but you can ignore all that and go live in the wilderness hunting and fishing your days away if you desire. Heck, the minigames alone have captured hundreds of hours from players with their addictive gameplay and rewards. You can also roleplay as a sheriff hunting down bounty hunters, or go the immoral route of robbing and lassoing innocent civilians up. With a game world so rich in detail and large as Red Dead Redemption 2's Wild West portrayal of the US, it's hard not to recommend it for fans of open-world games. 2. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Of course, you didn't think an open-world list wouldn't have Skyrim in it, did you? The size of the Nord homeland isn't so jaw-dropping by today's standards, but the environmental variety and sheer amount of stuff to do still remains a golden standard. But let's cut to the chase. Mods elevate Skyrim's unlimited potential, well, sky high. Skyrim's mod scene is among the biggest in gaming, with entire games being made using Bethesda's versatile suite of mod support. Enderal is one such mod that features an engaging original story with new quests and fresh environments, and with an impressive runtime ranging from 30 to 100 hours on its own, that's nothing to sneeze at. And then there's the enhanced graphical mods, which turn Skyrim into the most beautiful game you've ever seen. One of the most impressive mod feats is the Together Reborn mod, transforming Skyrim into a fully functional co-op experience. The most popular mods happen to be the ones that improve the stilted combat of the game, adding new attacks and animations to keep its gameplay up to snuff. 1. Ark Survival Evolved. The only game to eclipse Skyrim in terms of stuff to control is where you can literally customize all facets of the world, and that's Ark Survival Evolved. Surviving on the dino-populated island is the core concept here, but the game gives players a limitless sandbox to play out this scenario. The crafting potential in this game is immense, but if you're sick of crafting in games, you can breed dinosaurs and ride them across the island instead. You can even build entire farms and breeding centers. Of course, if you have a competitive spirit, PvP is the way to go, with dino breeding wars and crafted guns being on the shortlist of ways to win. The mod scene is also pretty big with this game, with the Play as a Dino mod being a particular highlight, finally giving players the reins of one of the fearsome beasts from a first-person perspective. Ark gives you every tool and way to enjoy a dino-infested island that you could ask for, and we're looking forward to how Ark 2 elevates the possibilities even further when it comes out sometime in 2025. So, what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon to get new video updates. We upload every day and would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.